All right, we are live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Looks like breaking news has been confirmed that Madeline Soto's body has been found, discovered in a rural Osceola County. Someone said Fox 35. Oh, let me turn this down real quick. Alright, I'm gonna see if we can turn into this one.
Complex. This happened around 9:30 a.m. on Wood Hill Drive. Fire officials suspect a gas leak prompted the explosion, but an official cause
this is
has
terrible
not yet been
news.
confirmed. The state fire marshal will
Okay.
take over this investigation.
Let's take a live look outside right now from the Hard Rock Hotel, Daytona Beach. Not quite as cloudy as it was the last time we look out.
Oh, here we go. Body found amid search, Madeline Soto, days after disappearance. That's the news conference. Body was found amid, let's see. Let's see where it says. Okay. Oh, all right. So it's this. All right. I do have footage of them out there. Video. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's like a live. See the latest real quick. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry, I'm just trying to find if there's like an actual live. I have the video of them, what looked to be them recovering. You can't see them recovering the body, but let me do this. I was just on the channel. History, which one was it? These guys were up in the air. So, stream 5 minutes ago. Okay, here it is. Is this just the chopper? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find, boy, that's kind of dark. Oh, this is terrible. Does have no audio on it? Anyway, I do have the footage. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of scanning here. Yeah, much love to you guys. Always terrible to go live with this kind of breaking news. It's absolutely horrible. So if you're just tuning in, confirmed they found the body. And they were flying over an area which was not far from where Steven Stearns, where he had like a supposed flat tire. This was like supposedly down the street on Old Hickory Tree Road. And I've got the overview of that as well. I'm just trying to see if there's an actual live source talking about it. Let me check this stream real quick here. I gotta wait for an ad. Oh, that sucks. I mean, at least the family has answers. And she's found. Alright, now they're talking about this explosion that happened apparently.
We have new images tonight of a small plane that crashed into a building. Take a look at this. The nose of the plane smashed into this warehouse.
Trouble says unconfirmed tip from someone seeing his vehicle. Interesting.
The good news here is that
okay, I'm gonna back out of that.
The next crewed mission.
Alright, if you guys know if there's like an actual live feed, let me know. This video is from when they recovered the body. Now, of course, you can't see them recovering the body, but it was... Let's see if I can find it here. So I believe this is Old Hickory Tree Road right here. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. Which is just southeast of where he had that flat tire. And then it seemed like where they were parked, there was tracks that were leading in right here. that they were super focused on. Yeah, this is old footage. Let me refresh.
Sometimes our storms can pack.
Stream 32 minutes ago. All right, there's one. Oh, okay. Upcoming live stream at 6:30, which is technically in 15 minutes. I'm assuming this is going to have it. So I'm going to keep this one up. So that'll be local news starting in 15 minutes. And let me just double check Twitter. And then I've got the other video which shows them. Let's see. Oh, wow. It almost looks like a body bag right there. It's tough to tell. Let me just save this real quick. So if you're just tuning in, thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the show. And I'll check chat here in just a second. I just want to check a few things. That's terrible. Anyway, there's a live thing coming up on Orlando 6, which is scheduled in 15 minutes. I'm going to keep that there. I'm assuming they're going to be talking about Madeline Soto. So here's the footage. If you guys kind of missed what happened earlier, because they had a press conference earlier. And let me... There it is. Okay. This is Madeline's... Okay, we already played that. So here is the footage, and this was from earlier, and I think this is when they were first kind of out there recovering the body.
Dozens and dozens of detectives, crime analysts, and specialized team members have been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence. Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of...
So this is helicopter footage. They were flying over in that area I was just talking about, Old Hickory Tree Road, and playing in the background is the press conference from earlier. Since there's no audio to this, I figured I'd plug that into the audio. That way, just in case if you missed the press conference, which released a lot of shocking details that we didn't know about the last time we covered this case. And then the video is them out there apparently recovering the body, and it's kind of fast forward because the helicopter is just circling around and around. So I'm just going to play that for a minute so I can check chat.
February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early...
And it almost seems like there's some tracks. I don't know if that came from them or if they were preserving those tracks, but you can see tire tracks. And maybe those could have been Stephen Stearns from his Lincoln. Just a theory.
Early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows...
So I'm just going to pause it there. I know it's kind of hard. Oh, yeah, it's a little hard to see. But you can see there's... you got them, a group there, but you have a group of officers or search and rescue. They're sitting right here, fixated on something. I'm assuming maybe this is where she was sadly dumped.
Stephen Stearns returning to the complex.
Hey, A1 Street, thank you so much for renewing your membership.
In that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency. And of course, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, all of our support personnel will be available and will still be assisting in this investigation. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Holland from the Kissimmee Police Department. Chief?
Thank you for being here. As Sheriff Mina said, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and there is a lot of additional information that we cannot release at this time.
Yes.
I do want to note that Stefan Stearns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police Detectives. Right now, our top priority is recovering Madeline. We are still appealing to our community for its help in this case. Please share this crime line bulletin on my right of Stephen Stearns. He was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. The Florida tag is IYLL82. On Monday, February 26th, between 1 and 2:30 p.m. in the area of State Road 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road.
And that is just, and this is Old Hickory Tree Road, mouthful. And that is, this area is literally just southeast of where they were kind of focused on, and where they believe he had like changed his tire. And we'll look at that when we get a chance. If you're just coming in, welcome. And there is going to be, at least on this YouTube channel, which is the one that just had the helicopter fly in, they're going to have a scheduled live here in 10 minutes from now. So I'm assuming they're going to be covering the details from Madeline, I would assume. So while we wait for those 10 minutes, I thought I'd just kind of play the presser, and the video you're watching is them supposedly recovering the body. And yes, I was just going to say, yeah, the mom's interview was confusing. She did, and I wonder, was she trying to cover for the boyfriend? I mean, I don't think, obviously, the mom had anything to do with it. But, yeah, it was weird. She said she was there dropping her off, and then kind of changed her story. It was weird. It could be nerves, who knows. But, yeah, a lot of people had noticed that.
As well as Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. During this time frame, it is believed that Stearns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing the tire in this area. If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line. We will continue to work tirelessly with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and St. Cloud Police Departments to bring a resolution to this case and recover Maddie. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chief. We'll take some questions, but just remember, we're still in the middle of this investigation. There's a lot
yes, if you're just tuning in, they have found her. They've confirmed it. There was...
No, Stearns has not spoken to anyone.
There was a... these are the ones I look for. Where is it? Yeah, when it comes from the actual, reporter channels... that's when you know that it's real. When it actually comes from a legit source, local news. So they said they discovered it. We're watching footage of it, and like I said, if you're just coming in, there's going to be, I don't know if that's the same channel. That's a different one, but the channel that had the helicopter up in the air, which the footage we were just watching. They are going live here in now 9 minutes, and we're going to tune into that. I'm assuming they're going to be talking about it.
Is there any possible specifics that you can give us as to what leads you to believe that she is definitively deceased?
The video evidence that we have.
Is it about just the position of her body, the way...
So we're not going to go into those exact details, but we have video evidence that leads us to believe that she's already dead.
Sheriff, there's been a lot of things.
Yeah, it could have been that, Connie. Yeah.
This location in the afternoon, is there a belief, are we trying to figure out, I know you're requesting video surveillance of that area, are you trying to figure out whether she was still with this car at that time?
Yeah, so it could be helpful to us if people saw something, and obviously we're searching many different areas, but if someone saw something in that area, we want to know about it.
Now you can kind of see them all starting to come back.
What's that?
Where this car supposedly had a flat, is that an area you've already searched?
So we actually have people searching areas right now. So they've searched a bunch of different areas, and they're going to continue to search. So I don't want to go into specifics on exactly where. I don't want to miss something.
Sheriff, the mother is separated with investigation.
Did she leave the house?
One more time.
Did she leave the house? Was she at that time? Did you believe that she was? Did she leave the house on her own?
So what I'll say is what I already said is that we believe he moved her body in those early morning hours, and all that is still under investigation.
Marion, I know. It's terrible.
Yes, we're talking to the mother. Yes.
She's not considered a suspect.
So we're talking to the mother and all this. There's, to my knowledge, she's not a suspect in this case right now.
You had mentioned that he dropped some items in the dumpster. Did you recover those?
Yeah, it could be a possibility that maybe the mother maybe kind of knew something or suspected something, I should say, but didn't want to admit it, of course, who would want to believe that their boyfriend is, doing that terrible thing, unspeakable. But yeah,
That's
it
correct.
was
So
weird. She made some weird statements.
From the dumpster, we recovered her backpack and her school-issued laptop.
Sheriff, do we believe that I know that you're piecing things together with different portions of video. Is it the department's belief that she was killed at the house?
Hey, Karen, good to see you. Thank you so much for
It's our belief
coming
that she
in.
was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
As for messages that you said that Madeline might have sent about living in the woods, which turned 13, are you questioning whether those were actually sent by her rather than someone else?
Yeah, that's all part of the investigation, so we haven't determined that yet.
Have you been in touch with Madeline's family? How are they taking this at this point?
Yeah, so obviously detectives have spoken to her mother, and as you can imagine, the reaction that any parent would have.
So this is transitioned from a disappearance investigation to a...
So we've got now over 1,000 people in here. I'm just going to update everybody what's going on and what we're going to be doing here. Thank you guys so much. Terrible news. Has been confirmed that they did find her body. The footage we're watching is actually when they were recovering it. They may have already recovered the body and may have just been looking for, excuse me, any other clues or evidence at the place where she was sadly dumped. Any evidence they could use against Stephen. And right now this is at the end of the presser that was released earlier today, which obviously we learned a lot more details about Stephen, some very terrible things, and they believe that she never even made it to school, obviously, and he never took her to the church. Who knows when she was actually killed. Might even been the night before. I don't know, but clearly she was dead when he drove off early that morning and got rid of the body, sadly.
Murder investigation headed up by the Kissimmee Police Department.
That is correct. It is transitioned to a homicide investigation, and the Kissimmee Police Department will be the lead agency in that investigation.
At this point, any new charges?
What led them to this area?
We're still investigating it.
It's a great question, Kelly. I would assume part on, and I'm just going to go ahead and skip this for a minute and show you guys. So the helicopter came down. So during the press conference, they had released that they had some surveillance footage. So they released these two photos here, which is obviously stills taken from video. And what it appears to me is it actually looks like he's got the spare tire on, because you notice this is a Lincoln. I'm assuming he doesn't have hubcaps on. So those got to be rims. So to me, that looks like a spare tire on the vehicle. So I'm assuming at least the top one is taken after he had gotten rid of the body. And looking at the map, they had given us an area where they had gotten this footage and where he had apparently changed his tire. And let me see. All right, we got 3 minutes here. I'll quickly pull it up on Google Maps to show you guys. In 3 minutes, we're going to have a live show local news going live on their YouTube channel. I'm assuming they're going to be disclosing the latest. Anyway, they were talking about, they were interested in this area right here. Let's see, right? Old Hickory Road. And this is the area. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Oh, so there's Old Hickory Tree Road and Hickory Tree Road. Okay. So they were on Hickory Tree Road. All right, now I understand. But anyway, they were focused on this area when they mentioned that he had a flat tire and changed it. And the area that they were in was around here, approximately. And I'll just blow it up like that. I'm not sure the exact location. It looked more somewhere around in this area here. I didn't get a chance to actually, probably, I think it's this area. Yeah, this looks like about right here. So if we go to the video, let's see. Because you got a giant lake, or not giant lake, but you got a lake right there. Body of water. So, yeah, I think somewhere right here. Anyway, so that wasn't far from where he supposedly was caught on surveillance. So I'm assuming they, maybe somebody came forward and spotted the car down this road. And I think somebody mentioned that in chat. Okay, it is 1 minute. I'm going to click on this. They are supposed to be going live here any minute, and I'm assuming they'll have information regarding Madeline. Oh, here we go.
With ButcherBox, we deliver grass-fed beef, organic, free-range chicken.
Yeah, this is about Madeline. Okay, all right, guys, I'm gonna go full screen so you guys can watch this, and we'll tune in and talk about it after. If you guys can, hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. Or maybe I'll wait. Let's see, we are live. Okay, maybe I'll wait until they start talking.
Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Dude, this is insane! They keep attacking the trolling motor!
Now at 6:30, a local fisherman had some competition for his catch. What happened when a school of sharks swarmed in? Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30. Getting results. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lisa Bell. Ginger has the night off.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. We do want to start with the heartbreaking development.
Okay, I'm going to hit refresh.
Has the night off.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. We do want to start with the heartbreaking developments in the search for a missing girl.
Although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead.
I don't know why the audio's not synced up to the video.
This afternoon with Orange County Sheriff John Mina announcing what no one hoped to hear. Now, minutes ago, deputies confirmed they have found the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. That discovery came late this afternoon off Hickory Tree Road. News 6's Troy Campbell is there live for us. Troy.
Well, Justin, right now we're standing just there in St. Cloud. If you take a look here behind me, this is what we've seen once we came out. That will be the road that will lead to the scene where investigators say that they did locate the body. 13-year-old
I'm going to go full
Madeline
screen,
Soto.
guys.
We are in St. Cloud. Again, this is off of Hickory Tree Road. To run you up to speed, again, Monday morning, it was reported that Madeline was dropped off at her school, Hunters Creek Middle School. However, when her mom went to pick her up later that night, school said, your daughter never came to school that day. Obviously frantic. Mom calls friends, loved ones. A couple hours later, they call the sheriff's office. Sheriff's office immediately sends out that this is very unusual for this girl to be missing. They speak with the family. Then comes in 37-year-old Stephen Stearns. He is the boyfriend of little Madeline's mother. Investigators say he was the one who was last to see her alive. He said he dropped her off to school. The sheriff said there just simply wasn't any evidence of that. They say he handed over his cell phone to investigators when they asked to go through his phone. Then he said, "I'm handing you a phone that actually just had a factory reset that I accidentally did today, the day that she went missing, meaning on Monday." Sheriff Mina says he then handed that phone over to his forensic analyst. They were able to retrieve pictures, videos, graphic of him sexually assaulting a child. They didn't specifically say, didn't identify that child in that situation, but they did make it clear it was inside the family's home where little Madeline lives. So again, we are hearing from investigators. They did locate the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. This coming after she was last seen alive Monday morning. Her mother's boyfriend, 37-year-old Stephen Stevens, he is Stearns. He is in the Osceola County Jail. He was moved there from the Orange County Jail this morning. Ultimately, he will likely now be facing murder charges in this case, given the sheriff has already made it clear he is the prime suspect, and they do believe, prior to discovering her body, investigators had already said they believe that she had been killed. So of course we're going to continue to get updates from investigators. The family as well, we're told, have been notified about this at about this same time at 6:30 at Hunters Creek Middle School. Her friends, all her peers at her middle school were set to have a prayer vigil for her. So all of this is coming out as they're gathering. And of course, we're going to continue to ask the sheriff's office about the details of the discovery. Live in St. Cloud, Troy Campbell, Getting Results, News 6.
Just tragic. All right, Troy, thank you. And as Troy mentioned, in less than 30 minutes, many in the community are expected to gather in prayer at Hunters Creek Middle School. News 6's Brian Didlake is there live outside where that prayer vigil will be held. And you talked to one of the organizers, Brian?
Justin, yes, we did. And this is now set to be an emotional prayer vigil, considering the news, the update from the Osceola County Sheriff's Office confirming again the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. And that vigil is set to be held here at Hunters Creek Middle School in about 30 minutes. It's going to be here behind me, somewhere in this field area. And actually, that organizer that we talked to earlier is walking towards those balloons that are now have been set up. Again, I talked to that organizer, who was a pastor, just 15 minutes ago, informing him that this missing person case has now turned into a homicide case.
Devastation, a young life taken away. And that's never something that we want to see. And so again, I urge the community to come together and understand that we are called to mourn with those who mourn and cry with those who cry. And that's what we're here to do today, and just spread a message of love and unity in community.
Now, Orange County's superintendent, in reaction said counselors continue to be available for any student or staff member dealing with the news. I ask that you keep the entire Hunters Creek Middle School community in your prayers as they grieve the loss of one of their own. Now, we are going to be standing by waiting for this vigil to start. As you can see, people are starting to gather here in this area. And of course, we'll bring you the latest at News 6 at 11. But for now, we're live here in Orange County. Brian Didlake, Getting Results, News 6.
All right, Brian, thank you. And you can rely on News 6, News 6 Plus, and clickorlando.com to keep you up to date on the death of Madeline all weekend long.
Right now, an investigation is underway after a small plane crashed into a warehouse. These are the pictures that Edgewater fire crews posted on Facebook. They say this happened today at Massey Ranch.
Okay. Oh, wow. We have over 2,000 people in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's terrible, tragic news. It's never fun to go live with something like this. All we can look at the positive is at least now they have answers, at least for the family that loves this poor girl, and know that they can have a proper funeral, but still absolutely terrible. Just checking here, see if there's anything else. We'll recap, because there was a lot of stuff from the press conference, if you guys missed it, which happened much earlier today. They did release I think it was like affidavit or something like that, which had a little bit of details. Half of it I probably can't even mention, but I will pull it up on screen so you can read it. But probably half of it I can't talk about because it's just sadly that bad. So let me get to it here. So again, if you're just tuning in, let me just pull this up. This is where they found her body, and this is off Hickory Tree Road, which is not far from the area that they were talking about in the press conference, which I'm just trying to get to real quick. There. Actually, let me just pull up the Google Earth. That'd probably be better. But yeah, right. Let's see. I think it was just around this area here. And in the press conference, they mentioned that that he was spotted off SR 192, right? Yeah, 192. He was somewhere around like in this area changing a flat tire. And as you can see in the photo here, and I can pull up the actual one here. Clearly, these photos that they released to the public during the press conference, I'm assuming were obviously taken from surveillance footage. And you notice, obviously, with this being a Lincoln, I don't think he has hubcaps, and I doubt he's missing something here. This almost looks like a spare tire. Let me know what you guys think in chat, but it does look like a spare tire. So if that's the case, then I would think this, at least this photo or still from the footage was taken after he disposed of the body. Let me move this real quick here. But for those that didn't get to see the affidavit that they put out, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here in just a second. And there was also some interview. He actually was interviewed, for those that missed it. Here is this guy. We hadn't seen this the other day, so I'm going to play this. This is just a short clip, but here is him now being consoled by the mother. It's just terrible.
He also happens to be the boyfriend of the mother of missing teenager Madeline Soto. Sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. He also happens to be the boyfriend of the mother of missing teenager Madeline Soto. Yesterday, crews spent hours searching for the 13-year-old who was reported missing Monday night. During the investigation, detectives say they uncovered disturbing images when they searched Stern's phone. They also found data revealing he tried to delete evidence. Investigators say they discovered images and video that were criminal and sexual in nature.
And those particular ones, for those that don't know, were related to, sadly, Madeline. And that since that took place in the home, they obviously were able to arrest him, and then that's why the home early on was
and that those crimes
roped off.
Duty.
Here, his family and for sexual battery.
Yeah, here's him with crocodile tears.
They started off like any other.
Just a day before Stephen Stearns was arrested for sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material, he spoke to Channel 9, crying and pleading for help to find Madeline. He said he was the last person to see her, dropping her off at a church down the street from school. Now law enforcement is investigating what role he had in Madeline's disappearance and saying there...
So here is the document, and I'm going to warn people. Like I said, I can read a part of it. Oh, was it before this? Oh, it is. Okay. I can read some of it, but I can't read a lot of it due to YouTube, and it is very graphic. So let me get to chat for a second, and then I'm going to play it here. Naomi, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. You are so awesome. Thank you so much. And Sensei, hit that thumbs up. Show your support for the mob crew. Thank you so much, Sensei. Hope you're doing well. Okay, we're caught up here. And a huge shout out to my wonderful mods. It's so hard. You know, we got a lot of people in here, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can ask my mods. Karen, I heard one photo on his phone was of Madeline deceased. Is that true, Chris? I don't know. I have seen that. I was going to mention that a little bit later. I was hoping to see if there was an actual, some kind of confirmation, maybe by the news report. I don't know. I have heard that. Which is just absolutely terrible. So this is the affidavit for the arrest. I can read part of it, but the other part I can't. So it starts off on February 26th, which is the day of the incident, at approximately 2,000 hours. Trying to think, 8 p.m. The mother reported her daughter missing. The mother advised her daughter's stepfather, Stephen Stearns, picked her up from home and dropped her off at Hunters Creek Middle School. But that's not true. The mother then went to pick up Madeline from school at dismissal and learned that Madeline never showed up to school. An interview was conducted with the boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, who advised he picked up Madeline and dropped her off in front of the Methodist church, which was down the street from the school. And this was at 8:40 a.m. Hunter Middle School begins at 9:30. So if this was all true, that would have been just about an hour before school. But we know that didn't happen. A license plate reader captured Stephen's vehicle with the Florida tag, driving. It'd be interesting to know where this is at. I'd like to get the unredacted version of this to know where that is. During the interview with Stephen, he provided consent to search his phone. However, he stated he had accidentally performed a factory reset on his phone the day of her disappearing. So, huge red flag. Now, this is where I can't read 90% of this, but I'll leave it up for a minute. But it's got some very terrible, horrible stuff on it. After extensive canvass of the area interviews with family, I'm assuming Stephen, family, and friends, it is unusual for Madeline to be dropped off down the street from the school and not to stay in communication with family and friends. And it was interesting because, remember, in the interview with the mother, she said, now it wasn't unusual for her daughter to forget her phone, and she said laptop. I don't know if you guys remember, but if I recall, she mentioned the phone and laptop in that interview. I know we could just go back and look at it. But the fact that she didn't have it, I think he probably gotten rid of it, possibly. We know he got rid of the backpack and laptop. Upon reviewing the contents of Stephen's phone, several images and videos were located depicting stuff, very bad stuff. There were also pictures and videos depicting the victims. I can't read. I can't read pretty much the rest of that. But it's up there. Several other pictures capturing this distinct pattern where, let's see. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I can't read any more of that. Very terrible stuff. I'm going to probably leave that up for a second more. And obviously you can find it on Twitter. But clearly stuff that involves the victim and the suspect. Videos, pictures. And thank goodness that they can take that stuff, even though that he reset his phone, that they can go back and recover that data. Because imagine, this dirtbag getting away with it. Just looking at chat here. So I see a lot of people saying there's a deceased photo. or that he took a picture of her deceased. Let's see if they mentioned it on Twitter. Oh, I needed it. Let's see. Just the updates. Don't see anything else. Okay, here's a new... Let me close this up and see if there's... we just watched one news report from the same ones that had the helicopter in the sky. I'm going to see... I gotta spell Orlando. I think there's another one going live here. Data now we're updated a day ago. Box 35. Okay, let's check this one here.
Stop spending all your time at the grocery store.
This is a super convenient way to get high quality meat and seafood.
35 News starts now with breaking news.
We start with that breaking news here on the News Edge at 6. We've just been told by multiple sources that a body has been found in the woods near St. Cloud, but we have not received confirmation if it is the body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto. Good evening and welcome. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Hannah McKenzie. Skyfox is flying over a wooded area along Old Hickory Tree Road. Sources say the body was found in a remote area near there. Now, we have live team coverage tonight, and we begin with Fox 35's Manny Martinez in the Alert Center. Manny, what are we hearing?
Hannah, John, this information coming in just within the past couple of minutes. We have confirmed again, and multiple sources telling Fox 35 that at this point a body has been found, that off of Old Hickory Tree Road. That is a different area from this video that you're looking at now. This is from a previous search area. A body has been found again, but we have no identification yet, no confirmation yet if that is the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto, which we know that 4 agencies are right now looking for any clues. This search area that you are looking for is also around the area in Osceola County, but not the one where the body has been found. Again, the body found off Old Hickory Tree Road. Skyfox working to make its way there. Multiple sources telling Fox 35 that body found, no identification yet. However, we are working to confirm more of that information.
I wanted to see that real quick. Ooh. Let me snag that real quick. Interesting. I haven't seen that one before. Okay, let me grab that real quick. So I wonder, these are 2 areas that his car was spotted. I wonder if those are the ones that are related to capturing this vehicle.
So, John and Hannah will keep making all of those phone calls, working our sources to confirm exactly what investigators found.
Okay, so that was about over 30 minutes ago. So I don't think they knew they found a body, but wasn't sure if it was confirmed hers. But it has been confirmed. I think that was a little bit older. Go back. Oh, I don't know why that won't let me go back. So they said they might be going live again. Let's see what this one says.
One a day. Science that matters.
Sweet dreams. Thank you so much for the $4. Let's see here.
We've got some showers and even a couple of thunderstorms now developing in the Gulf. We'll watch the trends on this for you and give you an update tonight at 10 and 11. A few sprinkles out here up towards...
Okay. Close player. All right, let me check chat for a minute here, and I'll just play this video back where they were at. So they were saying there's 2 locations that they were at.
We have found Madeline, but we have not found her.
And one wasn't the location where they found a body, and the other one was. So interesting. I wonder if it's the Old Hickory Tree Road one which is this footage. Or there's another spot. We can see an ATV driving in there. Makes you wonder if they had found some evidence. If he went to two different places, maybe. Cynthia, children need to be educated on how predators operate, considering most are known and accepted by families. Yeah, certainly. I mean, this is just feels like an exact carbon copy of Audrey Cunningham's case, and that was just such a terrible case to cover. And this has just got the same MO. Yeah, the probable cause affidavit, I think that's what they call it. The affidavit, which is highly redacted. I haven't found one that's not redacted. I'm sure it's out there. But yeah, it's pretty terrible stuff. Yeah. Oh, another thing is, apparently the boyfriend, the relationship between the boyfriend and the mother had been going on for several years. I think they used the word several. I don't know how long he'd been there, but he had definitely been there for years, possibly, sadly, grooming this poor girl. And if you remember, they talked about her behavior, and then clearly her mentioning that she wanted to go live in the woods when she turned 13. It just makes you wonder, how come she didn't tell her mother? Did she tell her mother, and maybe her mother didn't believe her? I mean, obviously that's they need to locate his car. No, they have his car. I'm pretty sure they have his car. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, thank you guys so much. Now we got over 2,000 people. That's awesome. I think there's going to be another update from one of these channels here. I'm just trying to see which one it was. I think there's a Vigil that's going to be going on at the school, and this might be it right here.
You're the guy with the gun, the person who would do anything to protect the ones you love. But did you know you...
Little Marion County sprints of rain going on. Last couple.
Let's see, they mentioned
inside
it right
the family's home where little...
It's a homicide case.
Devastation, a young life taken away. And that's never something that we want to...
Okay, so a vigil is going to be happening at the school later tonight or anytime now. Okay, we just watched that one. That's the same one. That one's got the weather on. Let me check Twitter real quick, see if there's any videos playing. I thought the chopper said it was going to go back up in the air. Yeah. Okay, that's the interview with the piece of crap.
Wanted to be giving you. Earlier today, we learned that investigators presumed 13-year-old Madeline Soto was dead, and we have now confirmed within the last 5 minutes that investigators have found her body here in the St. Cloud area, in the area of Old Hickory Tree Road. It's a search that we told you about just a short time ago.
One of the things that we have learned is that this is an area where Steven Stearns is the prime suspect in this case. The last person to see Madeline is.
There's so much going on. It's terrible.
A witness had seen him supposedly changing a tire. Now, that was something that the sheriff had mentioned in a press conference earlier in the day, imploring people if they had seen him anywhere around Orange, Osceola County in that area, if they'd seen him to report that in, or if they'd seen him in this area where he was changing a tire to report that in. This is supposedly the area where he had stopped to change that tire. And of course, police and deputies have been tracing this area all day, trying to kind of track his steps all that Monday and figure out where he went to try and find what happened to Madeline.
And just to regroup, for those of you who are just joining us, earlier this week on Monday, 13-year-old Madeline Soto's mother reported that she hadn't been seen at school. She never showed up for school there in Orange County in the Hunters Creek area. Her mother then later reported her missing after being notified by the school district late in the afternoon, after school was already out, that she had never shown up for school. The search for little Madeline has been going on all week, and earlier today, the Orange County Sheriff confirming that they presumed that she was dead. The suspect in all of this, her mother's boyfriend, was arrested earlier this week. He has not been talking to law enforcement. Of course, they are able to use technology to retrace his steps. And our producer confirming for us that investigators say it was a tip they received just after that news conference with Orange County Sheriff John Mina earlier today that led them to start searching in this area of Osceola County. Again, this area and the Old Hickory Tree Road area there, an area they have been searching now for at least the past 2 hours. And now we're learning that her body, 13-year-old Madeline Soto, has been found.
Wow. So that's interesting. Didn't hear that. I think I'd heard something about that piece of, and I think somebody mentioned it in the chat. So after they played the press conference earlier today, somebody local sent in a tip, probably had seen the vehicle, and that is what led them to go to this area. And they did mention that they were looking for, any locals that had seen him around this area here. And if you're just kind of wondering where everything's kind of at, let me plug in. So this is where the school is at, way over here. And that was about 20 miles away, kind of southeast. And from the home, it is about 15 miles, 35 minutes away. Trying to look here. Yeah, that's it, right? Actually, it's kind of more like right here. So yeah, a little over 16 miles, 37 minutes away. They live close to this area right here. And this is where they're at here. Makes me wonder if there are cameras. And let me pull this up. I'm going to see if I can leave that up real quick. And where is it? This is what the news posted right here. So it's car spotted in these two areas. So I'd assume maybe they got cameras there. So we got Old Hickory Road and Nolte Road. Almost right here. I'm assuming maybe there's some kind of surveillance down this street here, and then somewhere there's a 7-Eleven, so he probably was captured at this. Let me do it. Why is it not doing it? There we go. So he probably was captured on this camera, either the gas station. Oh, there's cameras on this. Oh, there you go. So these are. So let's see. We got one camera. Is it on all? Yeah, it's on all 4 of them, I think. Yeah. So luckily, the idiot was caught on these cameras here. So I'm assuming at least one of these pictures. I was gonna see if I could. Is probably him passing that intersection right there. Let's see. Osceola County. All right, let me look that up because they were in that Old Hickory Road. So, give me a second. All right, so this is Osceola County. That's actually pretty big. Where you got Kissimmee up here. So here's the Osceola County. Kind of looks like Utah upside down a little bit. And they were fixated on this area right here. Thank goodness for a Ware farmer. Yeah, I mean that could be what it was. Again, we'll play the footage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play that footage one more time, and I'm going to see if I can find any more local news channels going live. So let me do that, and that way I can get to chat for a minute. And again, thank you guys so much for watching the show. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We cover true crime, mystery, to the missing, and we also go out and look for missing as well. Right now it's kind of winter time, but we're going to be working on some cases as soon as spring comes around, and we'll be talking about those cases a little bit closer to spring.
I've been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence.
Keep that up.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle.
Visible in that vehicle. That's so terrible to think about. So this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and they're the ones that have been doing the press conferences. And here I just wanted to put this statement out so we know for sure this is where her body is. So it says at about 4:30 p.m. So about 4:30 p.m. That's local time, so that would have been 2:30. Wow, so they recovered her a few hours ago. So they must have been they had probably already recovered her. Then the helicopter went out maybe, and then they were just seeing whatever there was any other evidence where the body was at, I'm assuming. But it says off Hickory Tree Road, which we pull up right here. This is Hickory Tree Road right here. In Osceola County, search teams located the body of Madeline Soto in a wooded area. Madeline's family had been notified. We have no additional information to release at this time. Kissimmee PD is the lead agency in this homicide investigation. That work continues. See if there's anything else. I was wondering if they would do a press conference or not. Let me know if anybody hears anything about a press conference, because I mean, I know they already did one today. So give me just a second. I'm going to continue playing this. This is the footage. I'm assuming they have already recovered her body, the footage that we're watching, and they're just kind of looking for any other evidence that may, that was there at the crime scene, or any items that belong to Madeline.
We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency. And of course, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, all of our support personnel will be available and will still be assisting in this investigation. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Holland from the Kissimmee Police Department. Chief?
Thank you for being here. As Sheriff Mina said, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and there is a lot of additional information that we cannot release at this time. I do want to note that Stefan Stearns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives. Right now, our top priority is recovering Madeline. We are still appealing to our community for its help in this case. Please share this crime line bulletin on my right of Stephen Stearns. He was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. The Florida tag is IYLL82. On Monday, February 26, between 1 and 2:30 p.m. in the area of State Road 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road, as well as Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. During this time frame, it is believed that Stearns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing the tire in this area. If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line.
And so that's okay. Make sure my mic's on. So that's amazing. They put this press conference out earlier today, and then they get a tip from a local saying either they spotted the vehicle and or him, and that tip led to them going here, which was just down the street from where they were mentioning that he was spotted changing his tire, or caught on camera changing his tire or something like that. And then sadly, of course, they found her body not too long after that. And they actually found her body because they said, what was it, 4:30, so that's 2:30 my time. So yeah, I think when this news chopper went up, I'm assuming they probably had possibly have already recovered her body at that time. But man, so much stuff came out earlier today that we were going to cover. Wasn't expecting them to find the body, which is great news. But the interview that showed him here, it's just so disturbing.
He also happens to be the boyfriend of the mother of missing teenager Madeline Soto. sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. He also happens to be the boyfriend of the mother of missing teenager Madeline Soto. Yesterday, crews spent hours searching for the 13-year-old who was reported missing Monday night. During the investigation, detectives say they uncovered disturbing images when they searched Stern's phone. They also found data revealing he tried to delete evidence. Investigators say they discovered images and video that were criminal and sexual in nature, and that those crimes were all committed at the family home in Kissimmee. Now, when it comes to
thanks so much, Tom. Good to see you. I probably answered your question now that I'm trying to get back to some of them that I missed earlier. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. Fun and funky. Another young life senselessly ended. Yes, and we're still, wondering what happened to poor Elijah Vu. That's a case we're covering as well on this channel. And then there's another girl in Texas that we're going to keep an eye on. There's so many, sadly. But I do appreciate those that have donated and renewing their memberships. I really appreciate that. That will, of course, go towards our work when summer comes around and spring, where we start going out and actively searching for some of these missing people, because there's, sadly, it never ends.
The sexual battery charges.
But
appeared, now investigating for help to find Madeline. He said he was the last person to see her, dropping her off at a church down the street from school. Now law enforcement is investigating what role he had in Madeline's disappearance and saying there were red flags while interviewing the family. According to the arrest affidavit, family and friends said it was...
Anyway, I thought I would see if I can find that interview, but here's just one more time.
She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
I think the question now is, when did the homicide take place? She had a birthday the night before, a birthday party. Did something happen that night? She said that she went straight to bed. And did something happen late that night, early in the morning? And then the fact that she didn't bring her phone, even though her mom's saying that she did do that often. And then him disposing of the laptop. What was on that laptop?
So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Oh, and that's a school laptop. I forgot that. I was just thinking a regular laptop, school laptop. So usually you're supposed to bring that with you. So I think that's so many red flags. And yeah, obviously we don't know what the mother knew, and we got to be try to be respectful. Maybe she had a hunch but didn't want to believe it. But I can't imagine a mother finding that stuff out. It's super just disturbing to think about. Anyways, let me check and see if there's anything else. I was wondering if maybe they might do a presser. I've got the website up. Let me see. I know a vigil is going to be happening. That was posted an hour ago.
Sometimes our storms...
Oh, geez. That was streamed 1 hour ago. See if there's anything else. So this is from Geographic. On Tuesday, Stern spoke to an eyewitness inside their home, claiming he dropped Maddie Soto off at Peace Church, only 1 block from school, on Monday morning. He also said she was sleeping inside the car on the ride there. Oh, wow. She was asleep most of the way. I told her to have a good day at school, and she got out. I said I love her. She said, thanks, I love you too. That was it, said Stearns. And that's coming from Gizzle K, Grizzly True Crime, amazing YouTube content creator. Interesting. I wonder where she got this. Just see if I can find a source. I know Gizla is responsible when it comes to posting stuff. So they said in the press conference that they had seen video and they confirmed that they knew that she wasn't alive. And then with him saying that she was asleep inside the car. So maybe and I'm assuming maybe he said that, so if he had passed by and they had surveillance of him and saw her laying, and I'm assuming she's probably in the back seat laying down, that he could just say, oh yeah, she was asleep while I was taking her to school. That's what I'm assuming his thoughts were on why he said that. I mean, because that's kind of really irrelevant information if somebody goes missing. I mean, she's taking a nap in the car. I don't know. That's strange. Still haven't seen anything about the supposed picture that he had on his phone. How long was that guy in our life for? So there was a little short interview, and it was mentioned that they had been dating for several years. They didn't say how long. They just said several years. So at least years that we know of, which is terrible to think about, that she could have been going through this for a very long time. Kong says, I'm stunned. Can we do a 2024 restart? Yeah, with the way it's been going, I mean, I don't even know which case to cover half the time because there's so much going on. I've been working nonstop, literally nonstop, glued to my chair, following the Elijah Vu case. Obviously, finishing with the Audrey Cunningham case. I'm still doing a video just to do a whole video on that because there's still stuff coming out. Just little tidbits on the Audrey Cunningham case. And I'm assuming this as well, there'll be more information. And then, of course, back to Elijah Vu. My Cash App is not working, so I do Venmo or PayPal. If you can't do Venmo or PayPal, no worries. I do appreciate that, Kelly. You're welcome, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm just going to wait out for just a little bit more, see if there might be... A lot of times when they find a body, they would do a press conference so they can kind of clear some stuff up. So that's why... And I've done this before where I go off live and then they mention that they're going to do a press conference. So I'm just kind of holding out for a little bit just to see if there's a mention of a press conference by the Orange County Sheriff's Office, who they've done. Obviously, they did one earlier today. And I'm just kind of checking some of the local channels here to see if there's anything else. Posted 33 minutes ago. Fox 35. I think we watched that one. Hour ago. Let me refresh it one more time here. 8 hours ago, 1 hour, 40 minutes ago. Streamed 18 minutes ago. No, that's the one we watched earlier. Anyway, let me get to more chat here for a minute, and I'll kind of play that footage. I'll checking chat. But one more time, this is them after they have recovered the body, because I was recording this when it was live, and this was probably around 3:30 my time. So I think they had already recovered the body, and it seems like maybe it was around here, because this kind of seems where they're fixated on, and then they're just kind of maybe cleaning up and see if there's any other possible evidence that was left behind. Let me get to chat. Gail Hurd gifting 5 mob crew memberships. Thank you so much, Gail, for gifting memberships. If you did get gifted, please, if you could, if you haven't already, please thank Gail for doing that. That is so awesome. We do tons of stuff for the members, and I do have a Patreon. Carrie Summers, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. You are so awesome. Yeah, it looks like a vacant mobile home. Yeah, he was in real estate. It said he worked for Walt Disney. The Walt Disney place, which is a huge red flag already there. But it said, I don't know if he had like working multiple jobs, where he was either working at the Walt Disney place and he was also as a cast member or something like that. It did say in his record here, I don't know, I can just pull it up. Yeah, so Walt Disney World, he was a cast member, and then he worked in real estate sales. Be curious to know if he had done any real estate around this area. There's a semi-quote for memory. Only the heart can be broken and whole heart at the same time. That's nice. Sorry, I'm just reading comments here. So yeah, I still can't get them. Yeah. I'm sure more stuff will come out, like a lot of these cases. Maybe some interviews with the extended family, and they might share details. Maybe they suspected him. Maybe they didn't. Maybe this is something more recent. I mean, we can only speculate, but I'm sure there'll probably be some interviews with the extended family, maybe sharing what they felt about Stephen. Cynthia, I wanted to live in the woods too, anywhere but home. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cynthia. Sweet little girl deserves so much more. No, he did not have a prior history. I don't know if his record's spotless, but there's nothing major on his record, or because I know a lot of people were looking that up when he first was arrested. As a matter of fact, I think the news, even when he was arrested, said that they were going to do another coverage about the story, and said that they were going to talk about his background after they were going to look it up. And yeah, there wasn't anything that they talked about. Let's see. Do we know the mom's working hours? I don't know. I'm not even sure what the mom did. If anyone knows in chat. I know the grandmother worked down the street from the school. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she accidentally left her phone. It's the same as him accidentally resetting his phone. Right. Oh, that would be interesting. I heard somewhere that she worked overnight. That would maybe make sense why, you know, she would pick her daughter up. That's why he would be dropping the daughter off to school, and then she would be picking the daughter up. That would make sense. No filter YouTube, it all makes sense. He was a realtor. He knew the area and the abandoned homes. Yeah, it's quite possible. All right. I'm going to hang out for another 5-10 minutes just to see if they may do a press conference, and then we'll finish up here, and I'll just recap. I do think it's kind of strange that they're not doing a press conference. They always do one. I mean, not always, but usually, especially on something like this. They did that with Audrey Cunningham. But I am just not seeing anything. I'm going to go to their Twitter page one last time to see. I can find it here. I can't find their Twitter page. Oh, there it is. Let me see if they mention anything else. No, just that they found it. Maybe they'll do one tomorrow. I know what it's 2 hours from where I'm at. They're 2 hours. Fox 35 was live at the scene. Okay.
We continue to follow breaking news in Osceola County. The body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto has been found. The Orange County
Okay, hold on. I've got this video playing in the background. Let me...
Sheriff's Office just confirmed that news.
Skyfox is flying over a wooded area along Old Hickory Tree Road. We're told Maddie Soto's body was found near there in a remote area. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte joins us live. And Stephanie, what can you tell us about this heartbreaking development?
Yeah, truly heartbreaking. We are learning that Madeline Soto's body was found right near where I am standing on Hickory Tree Road. And they found her body around 4:30 this afternoon, according to the sheriff's office, in a very wooded area. And a source tells Fox 35 that it takes a couple of miles to get to where her body was found by foot. I want to just show you what it looks like over here right now. You can see we're blocked off at this intersection. A sheriff's office deputy blocking off.
Okay, so that I hear other talking going on, but that's coming from this video. I thought maybe I had a different video going on, so I don't know. That sounds like there's some. It's not terrible, but you can hear it.
The area where they say that they found Madeline Soto's body. And now this is Skyfox video of teams out here searching this area. And this, of course, comes after the Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that he was confident that Maddie was dead and that they were working to find her body. That was the latest we had heard from earlier this afternoon, and now we are getting this heartbreaking update that her body was found. I want to show you a picture of this car. This is Stephen Stern's car, who was Maddie's mom's boyfriend. He was the suspect in her homicide case. He was last seen driving a silver Lincoln and in this area of Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. And now, of course, we are learning that her body was found in a wooded area. We are, of course, are going to try to find out any more information about this case, and we will bring it to you live. For now, reporting live, Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
If you have any long-distance friends or...
Seems like there was maybe another reporter out there, and that's what we were picking up. I do want to see if we can find that area, though. Which is right think it was right here. Let's see if I could find that spot real quick here. Let me back this up. Almost looked like it was right here. Yeah, that looks like it, right? Hold on. I think that is the spot. I'm just going to match it up here. Give me a second. Right there. So we got that building there. And we got a sign there. Maybe this was taken, so this is a year old, so maybe that sign's new. That looks like it, right? This is 1120. Can't quite tell. It looks like 1123. Yeah, that's the same building. 3 windows on the right. Oh, nope. Go the other way. Oh, let me see. Is it a 3 on that? Yeah, that's it. It looks a little different because that's taken a year ago. So right there. Interesting. New homes. Huh. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yes, we're talking to the mother. Yes. So we're talking to the mother.
Yeah, that's it. All right. One last check to see. It doesn't look like it. I'm sure they would have probably announced something by now about a press conference. Wait, what? Cell phone allegedly shows Jen Soto. Whoa, no. Alright, be careful what you read. That's what I hate. Anybody can post anything. Seems people are attacking the mom and claiming some things that the mom did. I mean, you got to be careful about that. That's terrible. What I just read there. I'm not going to repeat it because we don't know. And I understand people's frustration, but that's not the way to do it. Anyway, guys, we're gonna just looking. Oh, Kissimmee police they took over the investigation, right? And they also moved him from one county to the other. Fox 35, Chris, is there another the channel? Or the YouTube, or excuse me. Let me see.
They asked us kindly not to do that. So I'm going to ask you guys please to abide by that. The service is not over. You can stay here as long as you wish. I'm going to be in this area with my chaplains if you need prayer. Okay? Thank you all for coming out. Once again, my name is Pastor Hector Gabi Melendez, and I'm thankful for all of you, and we'll continue to pray for you. Thank you.
Are we talking about the Vigil, guys? Is there anything else?
died of bird flu. That's according to the city of Orlando, and that makes the number 4. Bird flu can be...
Not the bird flu. Is that what you guys were talking about? Let me know in chat. Just Vigil, I'm sorry. What we know about... Is this new? No, that's the 29th. Okay. Anyway, I'm just is that what you guys were talking about? Is the Vigil on Fox 35? Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up. Sent me an email. Okay, let me see. Hold tight. Okay. Let me look at this real quick. Just 1 second, guys. Just don't want to post any sensitive information, so let me look at this real quick. Seriously, fine. Okay. Alright. I don't know if that's going to translate well or not. Thank you, Dallas, for sending that in. I don't know if I can... Let's see here. Oh, that didn't translate too well, did it? Mailing address, Santa Maria, apartment 107, Kissimmee, Florida. Date on this one. Oh, there's more. Tiny. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. All right. It's so tiny. I appreciate that, Dallas. It's just popping up so tiny here. This is some real estate info, something like that. Real estate broker sells associate. Full address. Summerport, Windermere, Florida. I could punch that in and see where that is. Okay, give me a second, guys. Let's go with... Alright, let me turn that down. Okay, so Windermere is... Oh, so that's northeast or northwest. Interesting. But that's where his business was at. Name. Interesting. Is there a date on this? March 1st. Oh, this is when you looked it up. Huh. Interesting. Thanks for sending that in. I'll have to go over it. I get a lot of stuff now. I have to go over it. Anyway, yes, the arrest warrant, arrest affidavit is horrible. We went over that earlier. And I think we'll just kind of wait until more stuff comes out. I was hoping maybe a presser would come out, but if they haven't done it, and it's kind of late in Florida because they're 2 hours ahead of my time, maybe there'll be one tomorrow. I would assume they would at least do another press conference to, I would think anyway. They do in most cases, or a lot of them anyway. So I think I'm going to end the live there. Thank you so much, mods, coming in. I know it's a lot of work, especially when you have over 1,000 people. And to everybody that took the time in here to watch the show, thank you so much. I hate going live under these terrible circumstances. But we are, this channel is about true crime and the missing. And at least the family does have answers now. And if there is some kind of breaking news tonight, we'll go live. If not, I'm assuming maybe tomorrow we'll have something. But yeah, thank you, Shaq Lady. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know if she liked, because it sounded like first she said she dropped her off, and then it was like we dropped her off. I don't know. Maybe she was nervous. Who knows? Yes, they were live earlier. Oh, okay. Just with the Vigil, though, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, they just did the Vigil. So, all right. Thank you guys so much again. And thank you to those that could donate. It does help out this channel. And like I said, for those that are new subscribers, thank you so much. Got a lot of content coming up. And we're going to go ahead and head out. So, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. We will be back live possibly tomorrow. There's a press conference. And I should have a video as well. So. All right, I love you guys, and then a membership live for Sunday for the members. So, thank you guys so much.